Hello, Aviol here, and today we are going to start with setup and first run. The goal of this video is to install .NET 9 SDK, which is going to run our .NET application. Visual Studio Code, we are going to download and install it, press new, and then after that Visual Studio we will have to install this extension, which is C# DevKit. After everything is installed, then we have to create our new application. We will do this through UI. Nothing fancy there. And then we will edit program.cs and rerun the program multiple times. We will print our custom text, and if we want, we can also print the date. The steps for the installations are already here, so it's going to be shared with you. So let's go. So the first thing we have to download is .NET 9 SDK. We just have to search for it, and there is the first link there. Depending on your operation system, there are a couple of links that you have to click. Since I'm using Windows, then I can just pick mine. And then I will see here that there are some downloads that already started. After some seconds, the download has finished, so I can just click on this one and install it. It's going to show a pop-up for installation. You can just install it. There is no problem with it. That's a Windows verification. Just installing this one, confirmation, and then this will install the latest SDK. Just wait for it to finish, and then we come back in a couple of seconds. After some seconds, this is already installed, so we can close this one. And to verify, we can go to CMD and name.net version, and here you will see that there is already installed the .NET version that we just downloaded. After installing .NET, then the next thing is to install Visual Studio Code. So we just have to search for it, Visual Studio Code download, and then first link is going to show us the Visual Studio Code page. So I just pick Windows, and then it's going to download it for me, and then I just open it, and this will need a couple of seconds to download. So with the magic of video, see you after some seconds. So now it's already downloaded, so we can just install this. And then another pop-up is going to show up for the installation. And here it is, the pop-up. You just have to agree for everything. If you want to create a desktop icon, you can just click this one over here. The rest of the things is just okay to have. And then you can click install. So now, if you want, you can launch this directly, which is good to see the Visual Studio Code. And it is going to show you something like this. So this is the starting point of your Visual Studio. Now the next step is to install an extension, which is called DevKit. For the DevKit, we need this to run C# project locally. So to install this, the Visual Studio Code that you already have opening, you can just continue here. So now we have to install this one. We can just click install. This will take just a couple of seconds. After some seconds, the installation of the DevKit is already completed. So the next thing is to create a new project. So we just search for it, and then we say new project. Sorry, it needs to be this question mark first there, and then new project, and you click this one. The other option would be to click Ctrl-Shift-P in Windows, and then this is the command palette for searching, and here I can search console and pick the first one, and in my documents I can just create a new folder here and call it C# 0 to hero, and I can pick this one, select the folder, and now I need to name the project, which is going to be called first C# ever, and enter. You can select either of them, it's fine. And here after we created this folder, we need to create a project, and that's it. The project is already opening, and here I just have to trust the author, which is me, that's fine. And here is the solution that we have created. So now our solution looks like this. All the things we will explain, but here is the solution level, here is the project that we created, and here is the program.cs that is going to execute. The .NET 9 will execute this fairly easy. So to say here, hello, future devs, we just say, okay, please print this out. We can just save it. And on the right top, there is a run projects file for this one. If you have multiple options here, you can pick the project in this file. There are two options, one to run and one to debug. We can just run it, and below is going to show you a terminal which is going to run our solution. And here is the terminal running, and here it says hello future devs. If you want to debug this one, we can do it, and we can say this is the first C# program ever written, and then here on the left side you can click this one, and this will enable the debug mode. Instead of running it, there is a second option, which is the debug project, which you can click here, and this will run the first line, and then it's going to stop on the second line until we get the feedback from our side. So it types this one, first line there, but it doesn't type the second line because there is this palette on the top in which we can say continue until the end of the program, step over if we have to, and the rest of the things we will also explain it later. So if we continue, here we will have hello future devs, and this is the first C# program ever. If you don't see this one over here on the left side, you can go run and debug, which is this here, and you can say run and debug there, and you can pick whatever you need to. Since we are using C#, you can say please launch first C# ever, and it's going to run for us. On the launch, on the run and debug windows, you can have here multiple things, but we will explain them one by one later. But it's good to have this information because they will show us more things in the future. And again, if I continue, everything runs and everything finished. If I have to run this again, I don't have to configure it again. I can just run it here with this start debugging, or I can just press F5. I clicked F5 and everything is starting and running again. These are multiple options that we have, and we can just click this one, and then that's it. Our first program is finished. Thank you, and see you on next one.